Welcome back for our last tool, and that's going to be something that's not an actual software tool that you download, but rather that you're going to be creating. Now, there's going to be situations where we just can't create, or I mean, sorry, download or find a tool that does exactly what we want it to. With that being said, we're going to have to think outside the box and make something from nothing. And that comes into play in my scenario most recently. Yesterday, I was saying, there are times when I'm screen sharing and I want the audience to follow along. I could use the magnification tool that we used in Mozilla from earlier or the draw on tool, but sometimes I may not have those tools available and I want something that's more generic that's outside the browser, such as if I'm reading a document from an ebook and there's another program out there that doesn't have that highlight text built into the browser because I'm not using the browser. So I have to create something that's universal across all the platforms. And the only way to do that is at the system level. So in this particular scenario, we're going to look at the operating system you're working with and how to change or manipulate it so you can do things that work across all the platforms you're working with. Specifically, highlighting the text color, how to change the color of highlighted text. So to begin, we're going to talk about how to do it with Microsoft Windows. Then we'll move into Mac OS. There is another operating system known as Linux, and then of course you have Android and as well and um, iOS. And we're not going to focus on that. We're just focusing on the PC or desktop level. So let's begin. The first thing you want to do is you're going to want to open your registry editor. And how you do that is click the Windows icon, and from here you're going to type in reg, and as soon as you see it, it's going to start populating registry editor. When you click on this, it's going to ask for permissions to do so to run it. Just click yes, and from there, once you get access to it, whoop, you'll see the screen pop up here. What we want to do is we want to go to H key current user. So you're going to click here, and then from there you're going to click control panel, and then from there you're going to go to colors. And then on the right side here, we want to change the highlight color, and we also want to change what color text is changed when you highlight. So the traditional is, if I click this here, the Windows basic um, default is blue highlight, and it changes from black text to white text. I want something that's a little bit more, has more contrast to it. So I double click here, and you're presented with an RGB, red, green, blue value. So if I go into my browser here and I type in RGB color picker, hit enter, if it's on Google, you'll see Google's tool. If not, you're going to go through and find a tool very similar. But if you just start from Google, it'll find it in the Google browser. I'm sorry, the Google website. So from here, at google.com, I typed in RGB color picker, and then here's the tool right here. RGB, I could choose any color and it'll give me an RGB value. So if I wanted it to be red highlight, there's my three colors, my mixture, in other words, that I would insert into the string here. So I can just cut and paste here, and there we go. I would click OK, and then I would change this to, let's say, white or black. What color is black? 000. How do I know? I could just select here. It's pretty dark, but if you notice, there's a theme here. The lower the number goes, the darker it gets. So 000. And I would just insert this into here. Control and paste. And OK. And that's it. You just restart your computer. Then the registry gets updated. And then when you go to highlight, it'll have a new color on it. So what I did was I changed my values here to 255, 255, and 0, which is yellow. How do I know? 255, 255, 0. All right. And then so that's the highlighted color that surrounds the text. And then my text color, I want it to be black, not white, which is 255, 255, 255. Now, if you did white text, that's, in other words, the text changed to the white over a highlighted text, it'd be very hard to see. So let me show you what I'm doing. Once I've restarted my system, when I highlight this, no longer is it blue highlight with white text, it's yellow highlight with black text, which is very easy to follow along. So, again, if you're reading to someone and you're, let's say, trying to talk to someone with a presentation, you could say, let's follow along with this document. Easily find the HTML color codes for your website using our color picker chart and HTML. This is very easy to follow. Now, if you're on macOS, let's talk about how we would do that. For Mac, you're going to go to System Preferences, and then from there, you're going to go to General, and then from there, highlight color, and then you select color, in this case yellow. And that's it.